Expired.
and notification.
Oh, so important to get that out.
I call Stephen Browning.
Mr Speaker, rise to take a short call on this. The Green Party do oppose this bill. We're not against the general premise behind the bill and the aims of it, the consumer protection aspects, and we look forward to a much better bill in the future that will address those issues. The bill has brought up some things for me that from when I was an owner-builder, and I've watched from the side because it's not the area that I normally work in, but I've noticed the flip-flops through the building regulations and also through the materials aspect, and the Minister mentioned it earlier as to what's gone. We've gone to kiln dried and whatever. We'd had the chemical issue and we've gone back to it. I wanted to use, as you might expect, fairly natural products. I wanted to use naturally resilient timbers and the likes, and then some of those got ruled out, I would say, by the industry groups that somehow managed to organise that we had a Pinus radiata focused industry that clearly led us into trouble later on. So I'm looking forward to when we get into ensuring that there's consumer protections, that we have a real good relook at the same time about the materials that are allowed in building and the style of construction. I've got friends that are fairly creative in their building style, and of course some of the actual regulations, some of the legislation that we look for actually can constrain that. So I think building law needs to have a fairly wide provision, and in a way, in some aspects this bill may allow for that, but actually underlying all of that, regardless of its breadth and its creativity, it's got to have a strong consumer protection part, and this is just inadequate in this one. It might be that the liabilities that aren't adequately covered in this and may be difficult in some creative home building need to be addressed through this future legislation. But I look forward to it sometime. I find it appalling that at the moment in New Zealand that so much is based around the Fletcher type products and the Hardy's type products, the sheet sizes and everything to suit an industry or a vested interest, rather than maybe what could really happen from a localised building and timber industry. We're importing as well at the moment through the free trade agreements Chilean plywood that doesn't even meet standard. It's going up. There's not enough work being done around that. So why is that? Is that going to be addressed by this bill? I'd ask the Minister. Are we going to actually deal with the fact that we're allowing, when we've got massive timber industry that is, the wood processes are going to the wall, and yet we're importing, because of being open to competition it appears, Chilean timber into New Zealand, Australian timber into New Zealand, when we already have the same species in that. If there is something unique and beneficial for New Zealanders, for New Zealand home builders and other construction that can't be done here, you might say, fine, let's look at that. But to be opening up our borders and allowing rubbish material to come in and pushing our own timber processes out is concerning. And so I'm looking forward to a better bill. The Green Party was supportive of this bill through the Select Committee. Seriously wanted to hear whether what the options were, what the possibilities were, and there are some good aspects in the bill, but obviously we have spotted the things that aren't adequate. We want better consumer protection, and we'll be opposing this bill. Thank you, Mr Speaker.
I call Jackie Dean.
Thank you.